Well, I'm here today in front of Fort Lewis Brig along with a lot of other very supportive folks, and we're here demanding for some basic justice in the cases of Travis Bishop and Leo Church. Our main arguments are that Fort Lewis Brig is violating certain constitutional protections that they have even as inmates in jail. We actually made a previous statement about a week ago, went to the press, explained our case. Some of the specific complaints we've had have been addressed by Fort Lewis, namely the biggie being that we argued that female guards were watching male inmates use the bathroom and take showers. We now have confirmation that policy has changed. Now when female guards come onto the floor, they say female on the floor so the guys can cover up. So that's certainly a positive development. We're appreciative of that. However, other things have not changed, and because of that, that's why we're here. The thing that has not changed is that they are still violating Travis Bishop and Leo Church's Sixth Amendment right to counsel. What I mean by that is that when Travis Bishop and Leo Church make phone calls to me as their attorney, the Fort Lewis Brig insists that those phone calls must be made on the phone line that they cannot guarantee is not being recorded, and secondly, that they are forced to make the phone call with guards being present in the room with them. That is unacceptable. One of the things about your right to counsel is that you have the right to speak to your attorney heart to heart without someone else listening in, particularly not a government agent. And so their refusal to change this is illegal and is wrong.
Leo Church, the same thing. He also considers himself a conscientious objector, but he was AWOL for a few months because his family was on the verge of being homeless. He had a wife and one or two young children who were, gonna be homeless. They were actually living out of a car already, I think. He asked the Army to give him a leave to try to help out. They wouldn't do it. They wouldn't put his concerns and the concerns of his family at the level that they deserved. So he went AWOL for a few months. He took care of business. He was a responsible family man. He came back and turned himself in, and they charged him with desertion.
But the other reason we're out here today is because we don't believe that Travis Bishop should be in jail at all. In the case of Travis, basically, he had done a previous appointment to Iraq, felt good about it when he went, but while he was there, his conscience started to bother him. Over the coming months, once he got home, his faith, he's a Christian, was rekindled. He began to ask more questions and came to the conclusion that, according to the teachings of Jesus, war in all forms and fashions is wrong. However, he did not know he had the right to file for CO status until 3 days before his deployment, when he was told by volunteers from the Under the Hood GI Coffee House that yes, you are CO and you should file for CO status. Unfortunately, 3 days is not enough time to make a good CO claim. So Travis Bishop, instead of deploying and filing the CO application in Afghanistan, he instead chose to go AWOL for about a week. When he came back from being AWOL, he turned in a CO application. Unfortunately, he was prosecuted for being AWOL and for missing movement, disobeying orders. He pled not guilty. He argued that he should not be convicted because he didn't know he could file for CO status. Unfortunately, the courts did not recognize that right at the court-martial level, and they convicted him and gave him a 12-month prison sentence. So we're here to say we think that's wrong. Travis Bishop should not be in jail. He instead should be receiving an honorable discharge because he's, if for no other reason, because he's a combat veteran. He already did his part, and it's now time that he should be free and not in prison.